Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there?
What's going on, Millies?
How's it been going?
How y'all doing out there tonight? What's happening?
Hope y'all had a good weekend.
Right.
Yeah. We back with another video. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you have not already subscribed, hit that button. Hit that notification button too so y'all can be notified every time we drop a video.
Right. So today, y'all, is a special day for us. Being that this is today, my sister, our sister, beautiful Jada, passed away and went on with her evolution in life. So, and when we say passed on to her evolution, we're gonna give you a better understanding and breakdown of what we mean, and our understanding on how we deal with as far as death, and how we've been dealing with this whole situation. So, I mean, some people have a different understanding based on how they was raised and what doctrines they was.
We was raised as Christians too. We've been baptized and everything, but so we just kind of, as we got older, we had a different pool.
We wanted more understanding. We needed more understanding. We kept seeking. And the more you seek the Creator, you're going to find the Creator.
Understanding.
You're going to find the Creator. You're going to find the Creator in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find it in you. That's where you're going to find the Creator. And that's what we did. So, but before we get into all that, the topic, we're going to roll this video real quick so y'all can check this video out.
Yeah, check my sister out. This was, I want to say this video was like, it was when she was first going to start her YouTube.
Right, she's going to start her channel.
She kept telling me, because Bethany kept telling us too, like, start. And I just was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was nervous, I was scared. I'm like, Jada kept telling me, like, start. She's like, I'm gonna start without you.
Yeah, Jada was gonna start. She was gonna start her channel, right? So
yeah, she was like, shoot, I'm just gonna do this. And she uploaded her first video, so we finna give y'all a snippet of that.
Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just going to do a quick introduction about my YouTube channel and the reason why I got into YouTube. I'm 25 years old. I have two kids, Ayala and Isaiah, 5 and 3. I'm also a Gemini. Shout out to all the Geminis. I got into YouTube is because of my sister. You guys know who my sister is, but I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret. Maybe I'll tell you guys a little bit down the line, or you guys might have to wait until we do a video together, but you guys know who she is. Maybe you guys can guess it. She's the reason why I got into YouTube. Her YouTube is going so good for her. She loves it. I love the camera, so I'm like, okay, I gotta see this out. Like, let me try it. And so yes, guys, that's one of the reasons why I got into YouTube. My YouTube channel will be about my family blogging, my vacations, my kids. I will be doing different kind of challenges. I will be doing a clothes you haul. It's my skincare routine. I'm also going to be doing like a individual lash tutorial, because I'm really good at those. So, you guys, this is my first YouTube video, so I'm kind of nervous. And this is my first time doing YouTube. So, just stay tuned, like and subscribe my channel. You guys can give me like feedback on the videos and like what is the things you would like to see me do in my videos. And you guys will see like a lot of my family. I have a big family. I'm from a family of 8. My mom has 5 girls, including me, and 3 boys. Yeah, and my dad, he has 2 girls and 1 son. Both of my sisters on my dad's side both have YouTube channels. The sister I was telling you about, she's on my dad's side. So yeah, we're deep. We're pretty deep. I have a crazy family. You guys are going to love them. We're a really close family, and so sometimes things can get crazy, but I'm excited to be sharing this experience with you guys and this journey. And so yeah, just stay tuned, and thank you for watching.
Y'all got to see how she is. Y'all got to see a little bit of her character, how she was. Beautiful,
loving,
sweet.
Yeah.
She told y'all what she say. She love her family. We a very close knit family.
Yeah.
So, like all you people out there, you low vibrational people out there who be trying to say otherwise about my family, we are a very close knit family, and we all about family. We all about each other.
Always.
So.
Yeah. So, when you say though love, right? Jada was very loving. You know, love is the only mechanism that's gonna the only thing you can get and give out to get to the next incarnation in your life. Right? Mm-hmm. So, matter of fact, I'm going to break something down for y'all. So, it's this book we came across, The Raw Material, The Law of One. If any of y'all might have heard of it. If you haven't, go check it out. Very, very good book.
Very. If you are seeking for understanding, like, yes. Okay, if you all don't know out there, we lost a sister before we lost Jada. Mm-hmm. She was 17 years old. We also lost her to gun violence. Jasmine. So, we was already seeking for understanding, you know. And before that, we lost other family members, cousins and stuff. In between all of that. So we was just constantly losing people. So we was seeking understanding. And I was praying for understanding. Mm-hmm. Praying, because like I said, I grew up in church, was baptized and all that at a very young age. So after you've been through so much things in your life and you've been to church and stuff, like you want to know more. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, when it hits that close to home, you want to know more. You want to know more, like, why is this happening? Why did you start asking questions. And I know a lot of people stop believing in a higher power when they go through a lot.
Yep. Now, I mean, that's the two things where people do. They either give up when they get faced with crisis and tragedy in their life. They give up. They stop. Faith. They lose faith in everything because they lost somebody so close to them, so dear to them that they can't go on. They feel like they can't go on. It's hard. Yeah, it's not easy, but you have to understand that there's more to. Once you get the understanding of more to life, like we ask for the understanding and understand your soul evolution, then it's more. It puts you more at peace. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand. Mm-hmm. You understand, and all this understanding comes from the energy. Mm-hmm. Being everything is energy. So, like I said, the book, The Law of One, the raw material. So a breakdown. I'm not gonna go too far deep into it, but if y'all is interested in it and you check it out, if you already aware of it, and you have questions, I have went over the book probably twice now, and very, very good book. So what it is in a breakdown is consciousness. It talks about, so what the book talks about is talking about the consciousness. It's talking about, it's explaining your 7 chakras, the tarot cards. It's explaining the archetypical mind. It's explaining so much of the law of one, that everything that is created belongs to one infinite source. Mm-hmm. So now, a breakdown real quick. So just so y'all can, I'm not gonna go into too much of it, but I'm gonna give you a breakdown so that way you understand. So now, the number 7 plays a big role in all life's creation, as we know. According to the Bible, it says the seventh day, right? He created the world pretty much in the 7 days, and he, he rested that 7 day type deal, right?
Yeah, he rested on the 7th day.
Right. So that's 7 days. Just like that number 7 is very valuable in life. Though just like those 7 days, the 7 colors in a rainbow,
The 7 chakras.
the 7 chakras, the 7 piano keys, the 7 keys that's on the piano. It is so much. So now there's in this book, right? There's a higher consciousness that's coming and talking and speaking with this group of people, and he's giving them insight on the law of one, that everything belongs to one creator, right?
No matter what you try to separate it with religion,
yeah,
or
race,
you may be
anything
a Christian,
physical,
or you may be a Muslim, or it doesn't even matter. We all come from
one creator. Yeah. So you
can't judge nobody,
So as he's trying to break down in this book, he's breaking down. So what he's doing is Ra is the conscious. His name is Ra. He's coming to pretty much give information about the law of one by people channeling him. So when they do, he came. So the first time he came was back in Egyptian time. So he came to the Egyptians. He put the Egyptian on so much game about so much stuff.
I think that's when they got woke to the third eye.
Yeah, but then again, what happened was the Egyptians, and then they started to
worship him, right?
Worship them, and start to, thinking that they was God, and
thinking that he was, or
they were God. You know what I'm saying? And they were God, so they was like, no, we're not God. We're a messenger from the Creator, and we showing you this information to help you evolve consciously. That's all they wanted to do, help the human race evolve consciously. So as they was doing this, they came back and was giving them all this information. The information got distorted by the Egyptians, and they started taking that information and doing negative things with the information instead of the positive, which is what it was intended for. So as they did that,
and that's also when
Rod left. Left one day.
That's when everything, because like people try to make it seem as if like tarot cards and all that stuff, like witchcraft is like bad.
Yeah.
But like there's a positive and a negative. Like you can use it for positive, you can use it for negative.
Yeah.
There's always those two, no matter
dual
what.
principle and everything.
Yes, and it's just that they were taking it and using it in negative. So that entity decided to flee because he come in love light. He don't come in the dark and hatred and all that. And what they was doing was they was using it for bad. So.
Yeah. So they distorted all his information. So they start distorting it. So what Rodnam did is they waited and decided to come back at a later time and talk to a different group of people that at that time things was changed. That we had a different, it has been a cycle where people have gotten a little more consciously involved. So they came back to approach people again and do it again and try to fix what they feel like they messed up because their information got distorted. So, but anyways, what he brings in this information is what I want to go over. Is called the 7 densities. So the 7 densities of consciousness. So he explains how it all started with energy, right? So you have to understand that this book is talking about a metaphysical standpoint and it's also going into reincarnation and soul evolution. So being that reincarnation, for example, reincarnation exists. It's right in front of us, if you ask me. Because it's like, if you lived in a house for 20 years, 10 years, 30 years, whatever, you probably seen that same tree in your yard grow and die, lose leaves. Every different season it is reincarnating. It's coming back. It's going on a cycle. You know what I'm saying? So, and everything works that way.
But doesn't it also say in the Bible that
I know it says
there's nothing new under the sun?
Yep.
So, with that being said, if there's nothing new under the sun,
nothing being created.
Nothing new is being created. So, like us having these kids,
it transforms, guys.
Everything there's a cycle.
Energy transforms. So it you could kind of say it's creating itself. It's nothing getting recreated though. You know what I'm saying? So it's transforming. That's what energy does. It's a cycle.
And
it's
we
all
all
in
know
that cycle.
that a lot of religions can agree that the soul. I think that's one thing that they all agree on, that the soul doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if y'all believe that the soul doesn't die, do you feel as if we're really just floating in the sky, waiting until
and it's a topic
everybody-
that, you know, I feel like need to be discussed more too with kids as well, because it's like our understanding of just spirit. You know, people say you die. Oh no, you don't die. You go on. You live forever. Or no, your soul, your physical body died, but your soul goes on. Well, explain that to me then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need that information.
Yeah, and after
so that's why we
tests,
seek
was
that.
like, okay,
That's
y'all
why
say
we-
that the physical died, but the soul lives on. Where's the soul? You mean to tell me that these people is really just sitting there waiting on us?
Right.
No, they waiting in this long spiral circle like this. Everybody, all these souls are just. Y'all know how long that will go?
Right.
Y'all know how long that will go? Waiting on everybody to pass for all of us to get through the gate?
Yep. Yep. So now the 7 densities. So first, density. Density, what density is it's an entanglement of light due within a certain vibrational range. Okay? So that's what a density is. It's a certain vibration, it's a certain density, it's an entanglement of light. You remember what light is? It's an entanglement of light. Think about light tangled up within a certain vibrational range. So that means the more dense or the less dense, the more dense something is, the heavier it is, the lower the vibrational range. So the higher the density, the higher the vibrational range. You know what I'm saying? Same kind of difference with your aura, you know, and your frequency you putting off.
Well, yeah, so.
Where I left off at?
The density is like how far, like, the higher you is, the
Right.
stronger your aura is.
Right. So that pretty much sums up the density. So you got to also understand that, okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have probably been to a movie where you seen a movie in 3D, right? You know, so you had to put the 3D glasses on, and then the movie looks as if the reality is what we see in our reality. You know what I'm saying? What we see. So that's what 3D is, because what we see is 3D in 3D dimensions.
That's all we can see is 3D. We cannot see.
So we're in the
4D.
third density, 3D, right? Y'all got kind of get me? So now I'm going to rewind, go and explain the densities real quick. And then I'm going to explain where Jada at, okay? And her density, and her evolution. So the first density, what Ra explains to us, that is of consciousness, right? The first consciousness. You got to remember, these are the 7 densities of consciousness, of life. So the first density would be the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and wind. So those 4 consciousness
Was here first.
was here. You know what I'm saying? They've been here for
Before
billions
we
of
was even
years.
thought of.
So everything started, you know what I'm saying, that first density. And all 4 of those elements have atomic bodies, which means they came from atoms, right? All the way from an atom. Remember, I don't know if I even told y'all this before, but an atom is the first physical thing that ever existed. An atom. Before it was a photon, which is a light particle. But then that's not the whole topic too.
Yeah.
But so now this first density is those 4 elements, right? So in those 4 elements, in order for them to cross over to the second density, is when they start to get growth. So these elements start to
Merge together.
right? They start to infuse with each other, and they start to grow, right? So then it comes into the second density. But you have to understand,
It's
these
kinda
densities is levels and levels and levels, and first density, levels and levels and
Yeah.
levels, and second, third, so
Like
on.
it's like a, you know, kind of like a bubble. You know, when you blow a bubble out and then the bubble connect to another bubble and it get bigger, and then it connect to and it just get bigger, and it like, okay, this all came from this one bubble, but
Right.
you know, it's all because it's like merging together. Like all these
Yeah.
elements are merging.
Right, so they just kept merging, you know what I'm saying, and it grows. So as it grows, it grows into what we have: planets, stars, the sun, all this stuff kind of grows and keeps growing and growing. So later down second density.
That's how the planets came about.
Yeah, because if you think about, okay, for example, for second density would be, the earlier stage would be like a plant. I love my plants. A plant is a second density conscious. It has a conscious.
They say you got to talk to.
That's why you got to talk to
Anybody who got plants know that you talk to your plants and you show your plants love and you show them literally light and they grow.
And you give it light and you give it love and it's gonna grow.
Yes, and if you ignore them and ain't feeding them and stuff, y'all see them slowly but surely die.
Right. So a plant is in a second density of consciousness because it understands now that it can grow. It requires growth. It can grow. You know what I'm saying? That's growing. It also has awareness in a second density because it's now certain plants can only grow in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Weeds know where they can grow. Weeds grow in your gardens. They know where it can grow. So you have to understand that now, further down the second density, we'll get to like pets. Do you see how the consciousness is evolving? Because now a pet is in the second density as well, further down the line, but they...
Or a domestic animal too, right?
Yep, domestic animals. They have awareness though. They have awareness of their environment and their surroundings and what's going on, so they react based off that. So they're a little smarter now. They're a little smarter. So, example, our dogs.
House
animals. Pets. Yep.
Pets are a lot smarter than domestic pets because they are interacting with us.
Yep, they interacting with a higher density, which is us being third density,
right.
And they're in
so
second density.
So when we tell them to sit down, they understand what sit down is. If you go out to the wild and you say sit down, they don't know what you're talking about.
Right, yeah, because it's now a connection being made. So what we're doing when we're doing that, we helping those animals consciously evolve.
Yeah, elevate their consciousness.
Their consciousness is going to end up evolving because they're getting an interaction with the third density. Same thing is like the next density higher up is like it pulls down because that gravitational force, it pulls down and kind of helps the next density. That's why Rodden was here coming back to talk. Because it's like that's what you do. It's like us helping dogs. It's like when you helping animals out. You know what I'm saying? And helping the planet out, helping nature out.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's helping that. And to make that love grow. So now from that second density consciousness, of course you get third density, which is us, humans. We're in that third density. Now this is one of the shortest lifespans of the 7 densities. The shortest, very short. Probably our lifespan, what we know as 100 years. All these other ones, first density lasts billion years. Fourth density is 90,000 years or so. You know what I'm saying? So it's like third is the most important though. Our density right now is the most important because there's two main things. It's the polarity, which I'm explaining, and then
of light, dark. Of light and dark.
Yep, it's the polarities. It's knowing your polarities, and then it's the veil of forgetting. So it's the polarities and the veil of forgetting. So I'm going to explain real quick what they are. The polarities, a polarity is pretty much a pole, an electromagnetic pole. So if you understand a magnet, it has poles. Electromagnetic field has poles. A polarity is such thing having poles. So when a thing have poles, you're going to either go a negative pole, you're going to attract to the negative side, or you're going to attract to the positive side. And you got to understand, neither one is good or bad. Negative doesn't mean bad in this case. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
You can't have one without the other.
Yes, just third density. You can't have one without the other, right? Because third density, we make a choice based off those polarities. And those two polarities... It's the planet
of free will. I told y'all that when I was talking about astrology. It's the planet of free will.
Those two polarities are service to self and service to others. Meaning, you're going to help other people and spread love, or you're going to be a hater and just hatred and a narcissism and a hatred person.
And be towards self.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But there's consequences to both.
What type of conscience you're here to get.
Yep.
And you can also find out what path you're on with astrology. Your birth chart would tell you that as well.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, those two polarities, positive and negative, is one of the main your main choices, your main decision is going to be in your life, because whatever you choose, service to self or service to others, is what's going to go on in that fourth density and what you're going to be experiencing throughout your rest of your evolution. So, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, neither one is bad, but you got to understand they're just different expressions of the creator. And Jada has crossed over to the fourth density now. She has way more conscious. She has conscious ability has grown drastically. And then you know how they say that we'll meet, our loved ones
again.
You do reunite with them, but it's called more of a social memory complex. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we'll go into detail too in later videos. But if y'all interested in this type of stuff, we got so much gems on it, because like I said, we've been soul searching forever, and I think we have a good understanding that we are able to now explain it to other people. So, but Jada, she's in that fourth density, y'all. And the only way you can get to the fourth density from third is love. You got to have enough love. Because if you don't have enough love, that's why we tell y'all love light. You don't have enough love, you can't get there. You ain't gonna get there. You're gonna die however you die, and you're gonna reincarnate back into this third density
You're gonna come back and have to do it again. Whatever it is that you were supposed to learn, that you failed to learn,
you gotta do it again until you get it. It's kind of, to me, it's like a race. It's like a race, because like once you wake up to reality and find out what it's all about, it's like now you get the opportunity to hold on and keep your soul. Because otherwise, like, you ain't gonna, until you're gonna die the veil of forgetting. Because I ain't explain that. Because the veil of forgetting, y'all, let me explain what the veil of forgetting. The veil of forgetting is third density. When we get to third density, we have a veil upon it's like a veil. What you might think of veil. Yeah, it's a veil on our conscience.
The veil is how you, ladies, when you get married, you got the veil walking down, and then you finally, and your husband get to finally see how you look on your wedding day. It's kind of like a veil like that. So we're all coming to this earth. And when we in our wombs, it's dark, all that, we come back out. That's when once we come out and that umbilical cord is cut, we lose memory of incarnations from
past lives.
Anything, I mean, y'all hear about kids that say, y'all can have little tiny kids and be like, they tell somebody I know her, or they just say, like, they know you from somewhere, and you probably never seen this kid a day in your life, and they be like, hey, I know you. Before, no, like, kids still have that in and out until the age of 7.
Yeah, and that's the veil of forgetting. And the reason that exists is because, think about it, if somebody died and don't have that veil of forgetting, they just gonna come back, and somebody did you wrong, they just gonna keep coming back and doing that person wrong over and over and over. Yeah. And that person would never be able to consciously evolve.
Because every time you come back, you may come back like...
And making the same decision,
You be like, 100 years ago, I remember, like vampires, vampires live on forever, so then they always, this that same person that did such and such, and you want to, then they fear that negative, you going down low, because you are letting something that happened so long ago and lives before bring you down, and then you're so that's why they give you the veil, so that you can you can forget.
So like I said, Jada in that fourth density, so that veil started to lift in fourth density, where you start to remember, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So, and
you remember who you are, and you remember that you are, and there's a law of one. That's what you really remember, because no one talks about the law of one.
They don't talk about this, period, y'all. And it need to be more, to explain the chakras to your kids, the aura, all that energy is real. And like I said, it's one of them things where it just don't get talked about enough. You know what I'm saying?
It's taboo.
We talk about it at the Bible, and the Bible is as far as everybody go with things, and it should go further. You know what I'm saying? Research needs to go further.
Because, like I said, I was confused. I was literally praying for understanding.
I mean, that's when I pray. That's all I asked for anytime, was knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give me the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, I could get everything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's always.
I guess at a certain time in my life, though, I never really thought that I needed, I don't know. I was just so blinded by the whole everything that was physical, that I never really felt like I needed understanding. I felt, you know, like I went to church, I was saved, I was okay. You know, I'm going to heaven because I've been saved and this, and this, and that. But, you know, and we didn't really have nobody close to us passing away until you never know until it hits close. And then you seek understanding, like, where is they going? Like, what? This can't be life. Like, this can't be it. This literally just cannot. So you mean to tell me I'm just going to die and this is it? No. I knew that wasn't right. So if you ask for understanding, you will get it.
Yeah.
It may not come, but it's always on time. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like a race to hold on to, you know what I'm saying, this time and grasp it and make your decision before you exit. Because that way you know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? And
like a little small story, like I had fully got my full understanding. My aunt had passed away like a few months before Jada, probably 10 months before Jada did. And me and my auntie was really close. And I was telling Jada, like, about how, like, I was having a conversation with her right before it happened to her. I was telling her, I was like, I was telling her that death isn't real. It's just an illusion. That, you know, that step wasn't, you know, going away from us. She was just in another dimension where we could no longer see her. And she was like, I mean, I look at it like it's like kind of like levels. So you start off at the bottom and you just kind of like a ladder and you climb your way up to the top.
Yeah.
And I was just explaining to Jada, like, I finally understand now, you know, like, you know, I had understanding because I had me and my auntie was really close, so that had kind of had me still, like, I just don't get it, you know, like, so, but then that happened with Jada, and it kind of threw me for I'm just like, what? Why would this? And so I had to go in even further until
to keep getting that understanding.
To getting it. And I felt like I had the full understanding before Jada had passed, but even with her passing and us being so close, it still kind of was like, dang, like.
All the understanding you getting out here will help you in your evolution. It will.
So yeah, y'all. If you want more understanding, check out the raw materials.
The law of one, yep, check
that out. The law of one. And when you understand the law of one, you will understand, like, all that other, like, and I'm not saying what you believe in. What you believe in is what you believe in. If that helps, your faith will be restored. Like, you will have a better understanding about the law of one, and that we all are one because we all are part of the creation.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all, check that out, and if we can get more into it too. We can go deep. So
yeah,
we're gonna get up out of here.
Conversations be going overboard.
All right. So we're gonna get up out of here. Of course, y'all, like always, we're gonna send y'all that love light. Make sure y'all send that back. And we out.